Okay, so for this video, I wanted to talk about why I will never find K-pop boring and why I will never jump on the critique bandwagon for certain K-pop topics. There are many things in K-pop such as, K-pop is boring, K-pop is not about the music anymore, K-pop stands in 2022 saying boy groups do one sound dark and noise music, cute concepts are dying, minors debut more and adults debut less, songs are getting shorter, and such critiques that have been topics of discussion. Even though most of them are for views, clicks, and engagement. But I haven't, and never will, join in and be like, yes, I agree, because even though I know that for some of these topics there is truth to them, I have been here debunking them. I know that K-pop stans never share the whole truth and only share one side, because they're only looking at the mainstream side of the industry, and even then, at specific groups and songs by popular groups. And also, as I mentioned above and many times, it's because of the views, likes, and engagement. Since I'm always looking for new artists and songs in K-pop, that also means looking at the most unknown noogas out there. Because of that, I've basically become a noogu expert due to my knowledge of lots of music and artists from different genres. And because of that, I've found artists and songs that go against the critiques K-pop stans constantly push. Even if certain things are definitely happening in K-pop, there are songs and artists that show otherwise if you put in the time and effort to actually look for them. I'm the type of person to look at a popular topic that K-pop stans talk about a lot and question it, rather than automatically agreeing with it as fact. I know that K-pop stans who talk about these things usually have a limited view of the K-pop they consume, which makes them unreliable when it comes to information that's actually true. They're only going to say what they want to say, without wondering if there's any truth to it beyond their own perspective. I would rather constantly bring up new angles to debunk a topic than constantly hot take a topic without properly explaining why, and these takes are made for growth views rather than discussion. And I know wanting growth is not a bad thing, but I don't want to hop on topic trends just for views. I'd rather be one of the only people trying to provide quality content when it comes to K-pop takes, thoughts, and opinions, even if I'm not really seeing good views at times for these videos. I make videos for the joy of it, not because I'm trying to anger people with mild takes or market my opinions in a certain way. It's always the same 5 topics repeated a million times. Yes, I do get scared of repetition since I'm always trying to think of new angles for takes, and it does happen where I end up deleting the take. But I'm trying to make myself think more and more each time, even when I end up talking about an overused opinion and sharing my thoughts. I've also realized that I mainly critique and call out K-pop stans and talk about the industry, and I less make takes about songs, groups, or constant controversy sharing. That's another thing I don't do and never will unless I'm actually knowledgeable enough about the topic to speak on it. Talking about controversies is something I'm very careful with, because I've seen K-pop stans talk about them without actually providing insights of their own. They just talk the same way 10 other channels already have or will in the future. The problem with that is that it keeps the artist relevant by talking about them in such a top of the iceberg way. Do you really need to talk about their controversy if there's nothing new for you to add and you're just bringing up the same points every time a K-pop artist ends up in this category of controversy? Cultural appropriation, for example. People bring up the same talking points about how what the group did was wrong, talk about black people, and repeat the same arguments. These are valid things to talk about, but after a certain point, it just feels like you're re-editing the same video and switching the artist's name. If I ever talked about an idol's controversy from my own knowledge of it, I would bring a new angle or drop the video entirely. Because why the fuck should I give my thoughts if there's nothing new for me to add and I'm just going to give the artist more relevance? Whether it's good or bad, the artist will still be in the conversation. Me talking about something time and time again, like Tarzan's cultural appropriation as an example, doesn't help anything if there's no action to it, just words about not liking Tarzan for his CA. Actions speak louder than words, and constantly talking about something or complaining about it does nothing. That's why I have debunking videos on different topics, because I was showing real things, even if they were based around noogu or unpopular artists. Overall, I want to be someone who doesn't hop on trends and actually provides insight into the topics I take on, and actually puts in the work instead of just critiquing K-pop using the same 5 to 6 popular groups as examples. Even within those groups, people pick and choose songs to fit whatever narrative they're trying to push. I have vast K-pop knowledge, and I'm trying to build it up even more. I want to put in the work, time, and effort instead of going the lazy route of, talk about this, get views, without fact checking if any of it is even true. And moving to the second topic, the reason I will never say K-pop is boring is because of my vast K-pop knowledge and my love for finding new songs and artists. I'm always finding songs suited to my taste that I genuinely enjoy, popular or nugu. I'm always bopping to different K-pop songs, and it just gives me more love for K-pop. I'm not particularly someone who cares about short songs or lots of English in lyrics, unless it's too much English compared to Korean and I start debating whether the song is even K-pop. I also don't care about storylines, lore, live stages, and such. I'm here mostly for the music and the singing talent, especially since I'm a good singer myself. I find a lot of appreciation for K-pop through nugu and non-mainstream songs, and even certain popular group songs that aren't just catchy TikTok viral garbage. Listening to what I want, rather than constantly thinking about whether K-pop has bangers or some wow factor hit like K-pop stans think it should have, is better for me. I'm out here bopping to new and old songs, mostly nugus, that I genuinely enjoy, good quality or not. I'm here for enjoyment, and I wish more people enjoyed K-pop instead of constantly finding complaints about it, especially when some of those complaints have solutions if you're willing to stop being lazy and actually look for them.